And it's Joey John Maguire. I'm in my favourite Fulham Broadway watering hole. It's called the Broadway Bar. Been here many times before. Lovely sunny day, April day. A bit different from yesterday where it was absolutely chucking it down. Anyway, never mind. I'm about to recite my latest poem, which I did in the early hours of this morning as per usual. It's called Memory of a Troublesome Air Raid. I doubt anyone could forget, not for one moment, the dreadful annoyance I associate with that night. A night that started so full of promise, should have been a youthful adventure, culminating into undisturbed bliss, sleeping and dreaming along with the pleasant, soothing beat of the teeming jungle. In fairness, it had started well, my belly filled to the brim, satisfied and contented by an overglut of my favourite tipple, the local tiger beer. My trip home from Nisun, an uninterrupted formality, a paradise of symphony, me singing, supported by the constant whir of the ever-present jungle beat emanating on all sides. I had presumed wrongly my mozzie net to be secure as I settled down to my tiger-induced coma, which was about to happen under the watchful gaze of the resident chit-chats that had made a home of the ceiling, and apart from the rhythmic snore of soldiers sleeping, all I could hear were the blades of the fans silently spinning, but for the gentle rattle of their worn-out motors, leftovers from the war, when my billet formed part of a Japanese prisoner of war camp. Anyway, that's history. Then suddenly, just as the night began to blur into the oblivion of another drunken coma, I became aware of an irritating annoyance, the only just hearable buzz of what I now consider to be a dreadful beast, a born killer, a mosquito. One or more, I'll never really know. I just remember like it was yesterday the zit of a mass assault attacking on all sides and all through the night, merciless in their endeavours, and almost it seemed like they'd been waiting in ambush. Not to make too many excuses for my obvious inaction, but it was so hot and I was so drunk, pathetically so, I could not summon the energy to deal with the onslaught. So I suffered and dealt with the situation in the only way I knew how, with silent protest, futile complaint, and intermittent grunting, drunken murmurs given out, abandoned disapproval with flaying arms. Come the morning, tired, worn out, disgruntled, reality hit with the customary hangover. To my horror, my upper torso had been re-sculptured to resemble a battlefield, left peppered with poisonous bites, mozzie shell holes from belly button up, the thin starched cotton of my single sheet, the only thing saving me from complete annihilation. I had been given lesson number 1, Singapore style. Always sleep with one eye open, and above all else, render your mozzie net secure. Mosquitoes love the white flesh of Englishmen, especially when the sweat is reeking with the stench of underdigested tiger, and the blood so easily drawn from around the eyebrows and exposed ears, a renowned delicacy to the ever opportunistic parasite. So now you can see why it has not been possible for me to forget that awful night when my body took a pounding and sleep took second place during what resembled the raid on Pearl Harbor. I'd been taken by surprise, ambushed in my sleep, and no amount of antihistamine would lessen the effect of that awful drumming and all those bruising bumps that seemed like the memory to last for a lifetime.